This is Informed and Confused. I'm Alan.
And I'm Bobby.
And today we are doing RWBY, Volume 1, Chapter 8, Players and Pieces. And I told you this is the one I've been building you up to.
Yep.
The big one.
Although I do have to say that the name kind of sounds like a Days of Our Lives episode.
Players and Pieces. It does have a kind of a...
I'm telling you, somebody's going to have amnesia, suddenly not remember. Oh my God, but wait, we found out we're related. It's so awkward now. Like, we're going to have something. The baby's up for adoption, but somehow comes back exactly the same age in season 6.
Well, that's an interesting thought. RWBY is a soap opera.
How dare you? But instead of being slapped, it's how dare you?
There are parts of this that could go into soap opera territory. There very much are, but not this episode. But all right, let's go.
I love it so much.
I like them all. This one is something classic.
Ruby! I told you this was a terrible idea! We're fine! Stop worrying! I am so far beyond
Your bangs aren't moving. Neither of your bangs is...
in a bad way! In a very bad way! Well, why don't we just jump? What are you, insane?
Yes. Ha ha ha! God, that's such an Archer moment.
Horrible little red! Blake, did you hear that? What should we do?
Oh, I feel like that was kind of jumping the shark a bit. He came in at a really straight angle. That was a very bony boy.
Jump the groove.
Jump the ground.
Did your sister just fall from the sky?
And get volleyed by a falling guy. So, hey, is that bear number 3? Thor. Thor and Loki.
Thor is right.
Nora?
Loki is not.
Please, don't ever do that again.
Oh, what's the name of the snake that encompasses the earth? No? Yeah, not Wormong.
Nope.
I'm queen of the castle. I'm queen of the castle.
Nora!
Coming, Ren.
Did that girl just ride in on an Ursa?
I'll save you as soon as I stop peeing up my chest plate.
Ruby? Yang! Nora!
Did she just run all the way here with a Deathstalker on her tail?
I can't take it anymore! Could everyone just chill out for 2 seconds before something crazy happens?
You're the only one yelling.
I love they actually count down to 2 seconds.
How could you leave me?
Because you didn't let go.
She's gonna fall.
She'll be fine.
She's falling.
Tackles her, gets stabbed by sword, dies, lands on his corpse, traumatized forever.
Oh, God.
Oh, they land, swords impale them both.
My hero.
Right in his knee.
My back.
Great, the gang's all here. Now we could die together.
I
If I
agree.
can help it.
She runs away so they don't die together. That's her whole plan. See, I'm gonna die alone. Hold my beer and watch this.
Fine.
Leroy Jenkins. This is why heroes don't wear capes.
Every time I watch this, I always think, no capes.
Edna
No capes.
Maud.
You are so childish. Wise and dim-witted and
Shut
and
up.
get me started on
God.
And I suppose
Your dad's a drug lord.
difficult.
Yeah.
But if
That's
we're
what it
going
says
to
in
do
your
this,
caseload.
We're going to have to do this together. So if you quit trying to show off,
Okay, Miss Icewall.
I'll be nicer.
I'm not trying to show off. I want you to know I can do this.
You're fine.
Normal knees.
That was a weird scale.
Okay.
What?
Just scale.
Oh.
Guys, that thing's circling back.
Duh.
What are we gonna do?
Look, there's no sense in dilly-dallying.
All right.
Our objective is right in front of us.
She's right. Our mission is to grab an artifact and make it back to the cliffs. There's no point in fighting these things.
Run and live. That is an idea I can get behind.
My little pony, my little pony. He's like, oh, this is a cup. But we know that. Oh,
Time we left.
Right.
pink
Let's
and
go.
green. What are you? Mushu? No.
What is it?
My little sister forgot to grab an artifact.
Nothing.
Who is he? Is the pink in his hair relevant?
No,
Okay.
his color scheme I don't think is actually relevant. Like you said, this is one of the hardest to get.
Oh, man,
There's not really a lot of explicit hints.
Nora, distracted.
I got something I'm gonna bring up at the end of the episode.
I'm gonna shoot you with my love bullets.
A heart grenade launcher. That's the. That is Nora to a T.
Don't mind me, just the spear becomes a mare's leg.
My bullets have hearts in them, but they're bigger than everybody else's.
I just love you that much more. You know, I feel this would make a really good, like those arcade shooters where it's like you have to shoot so many times and then it automatically makes you go somewhere. Select your character. This would be epic.
But I can't make that jump.
She's gonna shoot you across.
Whoa!
Oh my god, no way.
Yep.
Oh my. I like it better than Ruby's weapon.
Yeah. Oh yeah. One of the many reasons Nora is my favorite character.
I don't care about Nora. Give me the weapon. Or give her that weapon. I mean, it's cool with her butcher's blade, ribbon, guns.
It's tougher than it looks. Then let's hit it with everything we got.
Thunderstruck! Is she shooting fireworks at it?
No, they're using dust.
No,
Different
she's
types of
high on dust and she thinks she's using some kind of high-level spell. Really, she's like, guys, look how pretty this is. It's like when a bard uses, like, dazzle or distract or something.
None of this is working.
I have a plan.
Cover me.
We gotta move.
It looks like she's got, like, a sharp keg on the end of a stick.
Who? Oh, Nora?
Thor, yeah.
No.
I'm just gonna call her who she is. Jade Dragon?
Glenn!
You're supposed to say Avengers Assemble first.
Well, they've already.
Look, ha, see? That's something that they already do. Oh, there it is. Okay, she's very underwhelming. Yeah, she keeps doing the same move. She freezes people in place. Everybody else is like working together.
Of course you would come up with this idea.
Think you can make the shot?
Can I?
And of course you can.
Did she just shoot the gun a bunch of times to speed up?
Yes.
Awesome. Oh god, so good. Of course it's not bloody. They're roses. I'm surprised it. Oh. Wow. She's like, sorry, I'm a psychopath. By the way, I built this weapon. Everybody just thinks it's rose petals. Really, it's like a lot of blood that's just spraying off in high wind.
That was a thing.
Russell Thrush, Arden Winchester, Dove Bronzewing, Sky Lark. The four of you retrieved the Black Bishop pieces. From this day forward, you will work together as Team Cardinal, led by Carden Winchester. John Ark, Lai Ren, Kira Nikos, Nora Valkyrie. The four of you retrieve the White Rook pieces. From this day forward, you will work together as Team Juniper, led by Sean Ark.
Huh? Led by?
What?
Congratulations, young man.
Meowth, that's right.
And finally, Blake Belladonna, Ruby Rose, Weiss Schnee, and Yang Xiao Long. The four of you retrieve the White Knight pieces. From this day forward, you will work together as Team Ruby, led by Ruby Rose.
The grown-ups have to do what I say now. I'm your boss.
Shaping up to be an interesting year.
I want to know who's in charge of the names.
Osmond. Osmond's the one who groups them and gives them their names.
So is there potential for there like being just like a really, really sad, like we're poo?
There is a naming convention for the names. So I'll explain it to you when we.
Okay. Yeah, he must play a lot of Grand Theft Auto.
I could see that. I could see Torchwick playing.
Boss, the new masks are here from Halloween USA.
Open it.
I can't believe this guy pays us in Monopoly money.
Their money's like all digital. It's all just stored on cards.
Got you.
Yeah.
We're gonna need more men.
We're gonna have a huge rave. Dumb cops.
Yep. They're here with the cops. They're here with the dumb cops. Very important to know where the dumb cops are. All right.
Wow, that fight scene got me a lot.
Yeah, that's usually the big kind of whoa.
I gotta say, as far as fight scenes go, they do not. They do not disappoint.
Yeah, Maniom's fight choreography, and just the because this is this is the first one we also see them all fighting at the same time, and it's
Yeah.
just, you get the teamwork in there and different combinations.
The synergy that just builds. Meanwhile, Jean is in the back just...
Well, no, I mean, like, let's go ahead and we'll start with. We started out. We figured out why Ruby was falling. They managed to hitch a ride on that giant bird that left that giant feather.
Right.
And then she just kind of jumps and leaves Weiss hanging, literally hanging.
I don't think she leaves her. I think Weiss just was being dramatic.
Yeah, I mean,
I
it was
have
better
to
off-
hold on to this bird. Look what you did. You left me here. Yeah, because she made you hold on, Weiss.
So she falls. She gets hit by Jean, who's coming across the sky from the other direction.
He technically hit them both out of the sky.
Yeah, basically.
Man of many talents.
So they all get.
Do you think that that's why he got the leader role of his team?
Well,
because he saved two people, like attempted to quite like one he got lucky, but then he did it again to try and like.
Well, no, he got the leader role because he actually showed leadership skill. If you watch the fight closely, when they're fighting the Scorpion, and I think it's oh God, I'm trying to remember I think it's Ren shoots at the tail and shoots it so that the stinger starts to dangle there.
Right.
Jean notices that and immediately signals to Pyrrha to throw her shield up at it, chop it off, and then tells Nora to nail it, to hammer it in. He comes up with the strategy to kill the Deathstalker.
Okay.
Just the way Ruby comes up with the plan to take down the
She's like,
the bird.
I could have killed this thing all by myself, but how do I just do it even more?
Yeah. So that is why they both get those roles, because they are both the ones in the fights who come up with who kind of coordinate and come up with the plans too.
I think Ruby and Yang were raised by psychopaths because they're both really like, we just killed this monster, this massive monster. So, yeah.
Yeah, that was a thing. It was distinctly a thing. But speaking of that, if you noticed in there, I don't, because I may have told you the names before. Their names are Ruby Rose and Yang Xiaolong. They have different last names.
One of their parents
So
liked more than just one parent.
So that one. So clearly,
She was-
they have some
she
sort
was
of different
adopted.
parenting going on. So yeah, maybe one of them is adopted. Maybe they have different fathers. Maybe they have different mothers.
My guess is that Ruby's adopted, but it's one of those things like, guys, you're all blonde and I'm not. Am I adopted? And the whole family is just, oh no! Why would you think that? And they're clearly just. It's like they're all really tall and buffed out, and she's not. Like at all, it's like a bunch of goats adopting a horse. Mom, am I adopted? No.
Yeah.
It's just like obvious. We love you too much. We don't want you to realize.
I'll leave that one dangling. I could tell you the answer to that one, but I'll just leave that one dangling. You can find out that one when they actually
One thing,
tell you in the show.
I will say I was a little surprised with how little Jean is actually like combative.
He actually gets in there. If you watch, he gets in there
And
with
it's
the
like,
sword and shield.
Yeah,
He's up
but I
there
mean, like
up in
I
his
was
face.
expecting. Yeah, but I mean, like he was up there trying. I mean, the most advanced tech he has is his shield can go from being a shield to just being
he's
heavy.
working with basic equipment. He didn't, he's not like riding a hammer or,
Right.
got a gun he can throw. And,
Yeah, he doesn't have guns. Well, he'd probably shoot himself in the foot or worse. He keeps falling places. It would probably go off and shoot a pedestrian.
Yeah,
Just my
clearly
thoughts.
He's not,
Just my thoughts.
based on what we've seen so far, he doesn't know about what a landing strategy is. He doesn't know what aura is. He's got really basic, rudimentary, hand-me-down weapons.
He's striking me as either A, his dad runs the school and it's like he's a bastard child. He's like, all right, well, I got my kid for the summer, so he's just going to have to take a few classes. So,
Yeah.
do we know who his parents are?
Not yet. I mean, we know the head of the school is named Professor Osmond, and we know his name is John Ark. That's all we know. But yeah, clearly, and Glinda is not sold on him. Glinda
I feel
says,
like she's either completely ignorant of what he has to offer, or she does know what he has to offer and is just trying to super downplay it.
Yeah, because she said something on the other episode. She said something along the lines of, "I don't care what's in his transcripts. He doesn't seem ready for this level of combat."
Right.
Yeah,
so
so
he's
it's very much-
clearly got something. I mean, I'm guessing he's like nothing but limit break. He just kind of has to take enough hits until finally he's like, "Brah!" But then he like doesn't do anything else. Like he's gonna be like, "I said don't touch my friends," and then it's just like you see a bunch of flashing and he's all over the place screaming a bunch, and then there's a bad guy just like toast, and all of his minions are chunks, and he's just like steaming, and everybody's like, "Whoa, are you okay?" And then he'll like faint or
So wait,
something.
this is like go full berserker.
Yeah, like it'll be real quick. That's my guess. Is like he just gets teased and beat up and put down until he just loses control and he like lets something forth, and that's why the Achilles chick is so into him, because her warrior spirit is just like, "Bro, can I watch?" And he's too timid to say no,
You're just giving so
which
many
is not consent.
You're just giving so many people ideas for fan fiction right now.
Yeah, you're welcome. Whatever.
They always need more ideas. There's no such thing as enough ideas when it comes to fanfic.
You know, and on that note, don't forget to like, subscribe, and send all of your fanfic and fan art to their Twitter.
No, don't do that.
Oh, man.
Please don't do that. I don't need. Certainly not that kind of fanfic.
All fanfic. All fanfic is good fanfic, especially if you send it to our Twitter. Well, their Twitter. Don't send it to me.
If they send fanfic to our Twitter, it's totally getting sent to you.
I will have it printed on T-shirts, and I will wear it to every time you guys have me on the show.
All right. You also made a comment about Weiss's glyphs being kind of one note.
I know that she's got like a revolving barrel of dust that she can like switch between, and she knows combinations, but she comes off kind of like a Hermione type, but then performs like a Neville.
Well, I mean, because she does use a lot of ice. That is kind of.
I mean, with this battle, it was kind of neat to see how, because she had so much dust, her variety of spells were different.
Well, yeah, because here we saw 3 other different types of glyphs.
Yeah,
She's done the ice glyphs.
she used it to hold her in place. She used the ice glyphs to hold the bird thing down and the scorpion down at one point, and then it looked like more ice glyphs because they were blue.
Well, she used ice glyphs to trap the scorpion and hold down the bird.
Yep.
She used a black glyph,
Which I'm guessing gravity well or
which is gravity dust,
Okay.
to hold Ruby down.
right,
She then used a red glyph to push Ruby
right.
along with the bungee effect. Yeah, and I also presume there was presumably the fire dust or the burn dust for both those glyphs. And then she used the kind of crystal blue train of glyphs.
That
Which is kind of
looked
her
like it.
standard
And
glyph.
it was like an anti-gravity plus speed boost.
Her standard glyph without any dust in it is just a platform glyph, which means it's a platform that she can stand
run on.
or causes like a
Moving sidewalk effect.
yeah, which is like she put it on the thing, and then Ruby was able to wall run straight up the glyphs
Okay.
with the Nevermore dragging the Nevermore up before she ripped its head off. So she did use a number of different. Started using some new new glyphs in there in that fight. Expanding it out. Let's see. With that fight.
About the fandom's names for
The
boss, the Nevermore and shit.
Sure.
Never mind.
Yeah. Yeah. What else do I have? Mention that. Yeah. Then we end on the naming ceremony. At the end of their initiation, we find out why the show is called RWBY.
Right.
Each team has a name that's made up of the letters.
Yeah, and that's one of those things I was curious about. Like, if you just so happen to be one of those poor teams that just get a crackpot name.
Well, the naming the rules for the naming, which they don't really ever explicitly state in the show. It's kind of just either pick it up or it's real world knowledge that the creators have shared with us.
Okay.
Each letter it's the first letter of either the first or last name, and it doesn't have to be all the same. Like Juniper is Jean, Nora, Pyrrha, and Ren, which is his last name.
Mm-hmm.
They call him by his last name. They always call him Ren, but technically his name is Lai Ren. So the other three use their first name, and then Ren uses his last name to get Juniper, JNPR.
Mm.
Right. The team leader is always the first letter. So J for John, R for Ruby. And the general rule is each team has to be either a color, a reference to a color, or something that invokes the imagery of color.
I need a fanfic for a team named Squish.
Squish.
SQSH. Squish.
Squish. I don't think the squish invoke the image of a color.
You tell me.
Blood.
I was thinking it's. Well, yeah. What happens when you squish something?
It depends on what you're squishing.
Pus.
Yeah. So if anything, that could be any number of colors, depending on what you're squishing. But yeah, but so that is general, and they generally follow that naming convention when you see other teams, or anytime you get groups of characters will go off and do stuff that aren't like their normal team. Mm-hmm. Like if you get a couple characters from Team RWBY and a couple characters from Team Juniper or whatever, and if they're around for longer than like an episode or whatever, the fandom will start giving these ad hoc teams names. But that's a thing. The fandom loves to name shit. Either that, like impromptu teams. I know Bill made a comment earlier. Anytime you get some certain Grimm, if they get like a big boss fight Grimm or whatever, those Grimm will get nicknames. And it's always like Jim or Bob or Larry or something like that. Huh?
Didn't the Nevermore get named?
No. Neither of those. Neither of these get named. They're not really considered boss Grimm. Either that or just the name that.
It hadn't started yet.
The naming convention thing doesn't start till season 3.
Okay.
And you know what I'm talking about when I say that, yeah. Yeah, but
Shaking off the dust.
yeah. We also got the third team, which we saw a couple of those guys on the launching platform.
Yeah.
Team
Like
Cardinal.
the dirt dude with no shirt.
No, not the dude with no shirt. He hasn't showed up yet.
I thought that
The dude in the armor with the brown hair
yeah.
and the guy with a mohawk.
Yep.
Yeah, we saw them on the launching
I thought there was a
platform.
guy with no shirt who got launched.
I don't think so. No.
No, you keep confusing him for other characters.
Yeah.
I guess I have seen a lot or a little of a lot. I don't know. This is my first
Yeah,
actual
you've
real
seen-
run through.
Yeah, you've seen that character does show up later in this season.
Okay.
The guy wearing the open shirt. Yeah, but he just.
Oh,
looks
he's the same guy. I didn't know they were the same guy. Okay.
yeah, him and
So
John.
it's all
kinda
coming
look alike
together.
a little, so it's yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, so we got that, and then we got a little clip at the end there with Torchwick, with the a different type of goon guy. It wasn't the dude with the.
Juniors.
Yeah, one of Junior's guy was a dude with a mask.
Oh, I do believe he was from Cobra Kai.
You have actually seen a mask kind of similar to that already in one of the trailers.
Oh.
Somebody else wearing a mask, yeah. Not quite the same mask as that, but it's also a mask.
Very similar
Not,
design-wise,
well, not,
aesthetically.
Cobra.
but yeah. So he pays this guy money, and he gives him more dust, another case full of dust, and he says we need more men. So he's clearly looking to get more guys, and then we see a map.
Is that what we're calling it?
It's a map. It's got a bunch of goofy shit written on it. But
If
it's a
any
map.
of you have ever seen a middle schooler play Grand Theft Auto, that's what the map looked like. You can rewind it and see it. Map. It said dumb cops.
He put dumb
There
cops
wasn't
on it,
even an arrow indicating where the dumb cops were.
Well,
Just that
in that general area.
it's a city.
Yeah.
That's like, man, where are the doors? In the dumb walls. Thanks.
All the cops are dumb.
Well, no,
That's-
because there's another area in the city that's just labeled cops.
Right.
So clearly he has measured the intelligence of all the police in the Vale Police Department, and has figured out that they just kind of dump all the dumb ones in one area.
All I need is a carrot in a box, and I shall collect the police force one by one.
Yeah, but yeah,
Basically, the truck unloaders of the police force.
yeah. But yeah, so you get basically you get the layout of the city of Vale. It actually has like industrial area.
I got
commercial
so
area, all that.
distracted by all the other stuff
Yeah,
on it that
it's-
I didn't really look.
It's not that big of a thing. You can look at it later on
Okay.
outside of the show if you wanted to get an idea. But basically, you get the inlet of a river, and the city's kind of on both sides. And then at the mouth of the river, because we've seen it, there's a giant waterfall.
Okay.
And up at the top there is where Beacon Academy is.
Right.
So that's really all you need to know is Beacon is up on a cliff.
Overlooking both
overlooking a
halves.
waterfall that flows down into a river that goes through the city.
Got you. Okay.
And then there's woodlands around the...
For all the Grimm, because where else are you going to have children learn how to use
Because,
magic
like,
except running around in the woods fighting things aimlessly?
Yeah. Specifically, the area they were in there was called the Emerald Forest.
Yeah. Yeah. Wizard
That's
of
the name
Oz.
the episode, yeah. So, all right. I think that's pretty much it. Just, other than, again, the general awesomeness of the fight. I do like the part where Yang jumps in its mouth and is just like, I hope you're hungry. She's shooting bullets down
Oh,
there.
so great. So great.
We also see, I'll throw this out there. I don't think you caught it, or because I think you would have said something. We see Blake use her semblance. Or see Blake use a power. You don't know that word yet, I should say. I'm jumping the gun here. We see Blake do something.
With the
do
ribbon?
something- Not with her weapon. We see
With
her
the
use
gun?
an ability. Just like Weiss has glyphs. And RWBY does that thing where she like...
Yeah, I
real
missed
quick.
it.
Yeah, it's very subtle. It's in there. We've also seen other characters use abilities that you don't know. They're actually they're very good about seeding it in the show, where you don't notice they're doing it until eventually you find out exactly what their powers are, and
Pick it up better in a couple of episodes.
yeah, and then you go back and watch, and it's like, oh, they're doing that. Okay, I noticed that.
Okay.
It's actually it's you don't actually figure out. They don't actually specifically state what Blake's is until the next season. But there is another opportunity you'll have to see it. I would say whenever Blake's fighting, just keep an eye on Blake. Pay a little extra attention to Blake's movements and
Watching Blake.
and,
All right.
and we'll see if you can pick up on it. I pick up on it easy now because I know what I'm looking for.
Right. Well, veteran
But-
over here. Hey.
Well, but it's one of those things that if you don't know it's there, it's hard to see. But once you know what you're looking for, it's like, how the hell did I not see that?
Right.
Kind of a thing. Yeah. All right. Did you have anything else? Any final comments, questions, thoughts?
No, I'm all set.
All right. All right. Well, I think that will be it then. Go ahead, like us on Twitter. Subscribe on YouTube. Thank you.
I forgot the Twitter. What was it?
Oh, the Twitter is at InfoConfused.
At Info
At
Confused.
InfoConfused is the Twitter.
For all of that fan fiction and fan artwork, remember that. Full circle.
Yep. We have been Informed and Confused. I'm Alan.
And I'm Bobby.
See you later.